Solomon Northup was born into a free black family in upstate New York in 1808. He spent most of his early life working on his father's farm, playing the violin, and reading. In 1829, he then married Anne Hampton and had 3 children, Elizabeth, Margaret, and Alonzo. Solomon then worked many jobs, ranging from agriculture to the lumber industry. In April of 1841, 2 men, Merrill Brown and Abram Hamilton, approached Solomon and told him that he could have a job in Washington, D.C. playing the violin for a circus. Since Solomon believed that he would only be gone for a short amount of time, he did not notify anybody of his departure. When Solomon and the men arrived in D.C., they went to a saloon to celebrate, and there Solomon collapsed. Presumably drugged, Solomon slipped in and out of consciousness, and whenever he finally awoke, he was locked in a basement in chains. Over the next few days, he realized that he was being held in a slave pen, led by James H. Birch. Here he was brainwashed, trying to be convinced that he was not a free man but a runaway slave. He was also beaten with a paddle. James Birch also threatened that he would kill Solomon if he told anybody of him. Next, he was sent to Birch's partner, Theophilus Freeman, in New Orleans. Solomon was put up for a slave auction. First, he was stripped, and then he was thoroughly inspected. He was then sold to the highest bidder, William Ford. Ford was a good slave owner and respected his slaves a lot, and Solomon worked as a carpenter for him. But eventually, Solomon was sold to a very cruel slave owner, Edwin Epps. Solomon worked in horrible conditions on a cotton plantation. Solomon was whipped repeatedly for doing things as little as not picking the same amount of cotton each day or resting. One day, a man named Bass came to do some building for Epps. Then, Solomon approached him, telling him of his real identity. Of course, Bass was unsure if Solomon was telling the truth, so he told him that he would write letters to the town people to see if he was lying. Some of the letters that Bass wrote got forwarded to Anne, Solomon's wife. Anne then contacted a lawyer, and the lawyer confirmed that Solomon was truly a free slave. On January 4th, 1853, a lawyer finally went to pick up Solomon. Although Epps tried to resist, Solomon was truly now a free slave, and his 12-year nightmare was over.